Hello, planet Earth. That color looks good on you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730.
My BFF Jill 730.
I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations. As always, you've made your way to the Buffington Post. So today is not quite viewer feedback, although I am going to be reacting to some comments that I've gotten from this month's issue of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Basically, I'm going to be talking about, Faith's coming back and what that might mean. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. Here we go.
You ready?
Heaven, please send to all mankind understanding and peace in mind. But if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love, someone to love.
Alright, so a few weeks ago, Ken sent me an image on Twitter of the upcoming issue, I want to say 8 cover of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11, and on the cover we've got Faith and Buffy, and it looks like they are taking down Jordan and the other, Slayer guards. And so that's really interesting, and it means that Faith is not, lost in some pocket dimension. And so, yay, Faith is coming back. But what exactly does that mean? I think it could mean a lot. Now, I was saying in my issue number 5 review that maybe when Faith comes back, she'll bring Nadira, and Ken in the comments raised a really good point about the fact that, Nadira wouldn't just abandon Magic Town. And at the same time, he suggested that maybe Ko would come with Faith. And I agree, I don't see Nadira leaving Magic Town, and at the same time, I don't see Ko being able to leave Magic Town. And by that, I don't just mean Magic Town as a kind of city-village situation. I mean, leave the United Kingdom and come into the United States. Now, we've got Angel Season 11 going on right now, and from what we've seen of Sophronia and Lavinia, it doesn't seem like what's happening in the United States is happening over in Great Britain, which just raises so many questions, because, we're doing what we're doing in Buffy right now, seemingly because of what we're doing in politics right now in the United States. And it's really not very different over in Great Britain as far as Brexit and, xenophobia and all that good stuff. And so, while Sophronia and Lavinia have not necessarily given us any reason to believe that the UK is doing, or at least kind of doing, similar things, it only stands within reason that they are. And I think that Ko wouldn't necessarily be able to leave, because I don't know, especially when you've got a whole Hackney, that's half magic, I don't know, I really don't know what they're going to be doing about Hackney itself. It's actually pretty scary to think about what could be going on in Magic Town, which is why we need to be over in Magic Town, but we're just friggin' not. So anyway, I don't necessarily see Ko or Nadira coming. But Faith, if she comes, she might come with a plan. She might see what's happening over in the UK. And of course, they are going to know what's going on in the United States over there. Global politics, you can't really avoid them when there's a big story like, hello, demons and witches and slayers are all getting lumped into the same internment camp that's not an internment camp, right? And so I do think that Faith will come with a plan, and like I said, in this cover, it looks like they are fighting Jordan and a couple of the other Slayer guards, which is, interesting. But the interesting thing is we've got Faith, and she is the one holding the scythe. Now, I spoke earlier in the season, like way earlier in the season, about the fact that that Faith and Buffy, you know, they need to bury the hatchet, or bury the scythe, as it were, you know? It doesn't make sense for Buffy and Faith to still be butting heads after all these years. You know, they've got their pasts, they've got real legitimate reasons to not like one another, but especially for Buffy, it just doesn't seem fair for her to still have that friction with Faith and be mad at Faith for things that she did when the girl was 17 years old. Let's not forget that Faith was a child when she went slay happy evil in season 3. Okay, like, she was a kid. So I don't think it's fair for Buffy to still be holding that against Faith. However, as I said earlier in the season, I think Faith should lose the scythe. We know that from Frey's timeline in the future that the scythe at least appears to get lost. Like, something happened to it, and Urkon just kind of like shows up and he's like, oh, here's friggin' scythe. Now, we have no reason to believe that, you know, it was lost per se, but I think it must have been. You know, it must have been. And so the idea that I had earlier on this season was have Faith lose the scythe, and that way you can keep the dynamic between Buffy and Faith in the not trusting, but you can make it more important. You can make it something that's happening in the now. You can have Faith lose the actual scythe, and that be the thing that really drives a scythe between the two of them. That's what I would do. I'm really just excited to see Buffy and Faith fighting together again. But what I would do is have Faith being entrusted with the scythe, and, you know, getting it lost or stolen or something. I think that would keep the Buffy and Faith dynamic frictiony without having to reach all the way 8 seasons ago for your conflict. You know what I mean? Because like I said, that conflict is dead. Faith has proven herself time and time again that she's like on the up and up, and she's great, she's a good person, and, you know, I love Faith, she's my bitch. And so I need Faith to have flaws, and I need her to be somebody who's not perfect. Faith is never going to be perfect, just like Buffy herself is not perfect. And I want her to make mistakes. I want her to do something that's going to make her feel like Buffy was right about her all along, which, you know, it's just going to add more and more and more. Now, as far as Hayden also said, if this is to be the last season of Buffy comics, as the rumors suggest, how do you think it will not only tie up, but set in motion the Frey future? Well, I have to say that I would really, really not like for this to be the last season of Buffy. Don't get me wrong, I love what we're doing Buffy this season. If they did end it, they would probably end it on a very, very high note. But, you know, it's so political, it's such social commentary that I would like to not end on this note. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. And it's, you know, it's stressful. It's super stressful. Because, you know, like Ken said in this season 11, issue 5, and like some others of you have said, you know, politics are out there in the real world. You don't want to have to go into the Buffyverse for them. And I admire what Buffy's doing, and I think it's very well done so far. I don't want to end Buffy on this note. As far as how everything's going to lead into Frey's timeline, that goes into what I'm saying about the scythe. Like, that's my biggest hunch right now, is that one of the things that's going to lead into Frey's timeline could be Faith losing the scythe, or, you know, getting it stolen. So that's a whole thing. And don't you worry, girl, we are going to cover Frey, and after we cover Frey, we are going to talk all to hell and back about everything that might be a clue into, like, Frey's timeline. And I'm going to be really reaching out to you guys for more and more, because I'm sure you're seeing things that I'm not seeing. So yeah, we're going to get into Frey. I keep her right here. I'm studying. And that's basically my thoughts on Faith and what we might see from her. But mostly I'm just excited if I can see her, because she's my bitch. I love her. But anyway, Planet Earth, I've got my Iron Fist review. I'm going to do that this week. So let me know what you think about that, Planet Earth. That's pretty much all I've got for today. I hope you're having a great 2017 so far, everybody. You can come right back here to the Buffington Post anytime for Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Illyria cruising through time reviews, The Return of Faith, and more. Have yourself a great day today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Pretending that we'll meet each time I turn a corner. I walk a little faster. Pretending life is sweet, 'cause love's around the corner. I walk a little faster.
My BFF. Joe? 730.
Now, as far as Hayden also said, where am I? If this is to be the last